just name some things.
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't sit up on this panel and not name the fact that even in this conversation of 4 diverse women of different lived experiences, we still represent some similarities. Nobody on this panel is darker than a brown paper bag. We need to name that. Nobody on this panel is more than a size 10. And so let's just kind of expand the conversation. We represent a preference. Oh, am I the only one here?
No, I'm listening. No, we're listening.
We represent a preference amongst what society, and in particular, Black men have said they preferred. And yet, we represent Black women that are still paying a price and a tax for our success. Can we imagine what this conversation looks like with our darker melanated sisters? Can we imagine what this conversation looks like with our curvier sisters? So I think that this is showing, to me, the impetus of the crisis. We're in a crisis when it comes to Black women in romantic partnership.
This is part of the problem. I don't think that they are preferences. I mean, yes, can you be a preference in looks? And maybe she was talking about looks. But these women, to progress, are going to have to decide if they want to become the preference of these high value men that they want, or if they are going to go where they are celebrated. And right now, they are not celebrated amongst those high value men. So you're probably not his preference, because you talked about, Ebony K. Williams talked very clearly about those men not wanting a peer, not wanting a woman who is more masculine, who is too much into her career. So you're really not the preference. This is evidence that pretty privilege does not save women. It is also about the ability to course correct, the humility to be able to accept constructive criticism, and to, most importantly, apply the things that you learn. So when you learn things, you have to apply it. And this is the part where I think, Ebony K. Williams and everybody just dropped the ball. It's like, you have the knowledge, you know what these men want, you understand, you have actually a good understanding of how all this works. And yet, your solution is that everything else needs to change. And that's not going to get you to where you want to be. This is why I say that the reason why nobody cares about Black women not being covered is because, by and large, Black women do not care. And you can say, Naka, stop using this blanket term of Black women. Obviously, I'm not talking about every single Black woman, but I am talking about, it applies to whoever it applies to. If it applies to you, if the shoe fits. But people who care take action. They push to get results. They try as hard as they can, and they avoid blaming other things that are really outside of their control. What use is it to keep saying that it's the patriarchy? Even if it is the patriarchy that's holding you back, how does blaming the patriarchy help when you have things that you could be doing in the meantime? Because guess what? The patriarchy may never change. All these high value men are going to continue to want what they want. And if you want them, if you say you want them, then you have to do what you need to do to get on their program. Sorry. That's why some of us, as Ebony K. Williams talked about, the average girlies, the curvy girlies, the brown girlies, or whatever she called us. Some of us have a different system. It's called going where you're celebrated. right? But that is where Ebony K. Williams does not want to go, because she doesn't want anything to do with the blue collar guys or the bus drivers or whatever. So what do you want? What do you want? You're not willing to become the preference. You will do that in looks, but not in character or personality or attitude. So women who want to see changes in their life, they will study the concerns, the grievances of the men that they say that they want. Women, if you want a certain type of man, or a man, a husband, whatever, and you have access to data, lots of qualitative data, especially right here on YouTube, it would be smart to study. And it seems like Ebony K. Williams has, to some extent, she has done this. Seems like she has a good understanding of what men want, more so than, from what it appeared, even Melissa Ford. Because Ebony K. Williams was a lot more sort of open about what she's learned. And yet, although you have that knowledge, you have all the data, whether it be right here on YouTube, all the YouTube comments from real men, but the conclusion is still the same. Yeah, it probably would be great for the patriarchy to change, or again, society or men. Instead of trying to change or control men and society and the patriarchy, it makes more sense to control yourself. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you guys care about Black women being covered or not. So like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Click the links in the description box. This is Naka here to make the invisible visible about modern Black women. And I'm here to tell you about all the things that Black women didn't tell you about. Join the Black and Invisible membership group, $10 a month. Feel free to check out my book on Amazon and on my email list. So click that link to my website in the description box. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.